hours and 44 minutes. And as we know, the sun has set. But as we know, 6 o'clock, as we know, is official. But as we know, we're down at the water as we do our due diligence. As the CLTGIFF, thank God it's fasting Friday. No food, no fluids, no drugs. As we know, it's about to end. But as you see the sky remnant as well too, man, it's a blessing. Doing our due diligence, always understanding that as the sun set, as we bring it on Shabbat as well too. It's always a blessing on receiving breath of life, and it's always a blessing to keep doing our due diligence as well. So all praise to the Father Yah and the Son Yeshua. And as I bring it in, all praise to you, Father Yah, and your Son Yeshua, as we come to you during Bible study, as we bring in the creation and the commandments, as we know that you are the creator, and as we know that it's always just a blessing just to come down to the water and just come to your creation, for those who can understand that you are the creator. And as we do our due diligence, Father, just bless those that come in here as well. And as we bring the word out for those who can understand that you are our lifeline. And as we should always praise and rejoice. And as we go through your Son, we're gonna keep praising and rejoicing in Yeshua's name. Amen. And as we do our due diligence, as it teaches in Genesis 1. And it's the creation that said in the beginning, Elohim created the heaven and the earth was without form and void and darkness, and was upon the faces of the deep, and the spirit of Elohim moved upon the face of the waters. And Elohim said, let there be light, and there was light, and Elohim saw the light, that it was good, and Elohim divided the light from the darkness, and Elohim called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning was the first day. And as we say, once as the sun go down, we have 12 hours of dark and we have 12 hours of light. And I let you know that's 24 hours in a day as we do our due diligence. And as it brought out as well, as it teaches, and Elohim said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And Elohim made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And Elohim called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning was the second day. And as 9 brings out as well, and Elohim said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together until one place, and let the dry land appear, and it was so. And Elohim called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters caused he seas, and Elohim saw that it was good. And Elohim said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit, and after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth, and it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, the herb yielding seed, after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And Elohim saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning was the third day. So as we see, as we're in the third day, as he created grass and the trees and things. And as the teacher says in 14, and Elohim said, let there be light in the firmament of the heavens, of divide the day from the night, and let them be for the signs and for the seasons and for the days of the years, and let them be for sun lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And Elohim said, and Elohim made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. And he made the stars also. And Elohim set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And Elohim saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning was the fourth day. So as we see in the fourth day, as Elohim created the sun, the moon, and the stars. And as we know, the sun be out for 12 hours, and the moon be out for 12 hours as well. And you see the stars as well. So as it teaches, as 20, it said that Elohim said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creatures that have lived, have life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in open firmament of heaven. And Elohim created the great whales and every living creature that moves, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl and the kind, and this kind, and Elohim saw that it was good. And Elohim blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let the fowls multiply in the earth. and the evening and the morning was the fifth day. So as we know, in the fifth day, as we understand our due diligence, as for those, as we understand that, he created the fowls and said that, for them to multiply as well too. And as it teaches in 24, and Elohim said, let the earth bring forth the living creatures after his kind, cattle and creeping thing and beasts of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And Elohim made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creeps upon the earth after his kind. And Elohim saw that it was good. And Elohim said, let us make man in our image and our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth. So Elohim created man in his own image. In the image of Elohim created he him, male and female created he them. And Elohim blessed them. And Elohim said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moves upon the earth. And Elohim said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is in upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat, and to every beast of the earth, and of every fowl of the air, and to everything that creeps upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. And Elohim saw everything that he has made, and behold, it was very good. It was very good. And the evening and the morning was the sixth day. So as we know, as the Father had created everything in 6 days, and as we do our due diligence, let me get this contention out of here. Get you all this boss man and all this. We don't talk like this on this channel. You understand? It's time to correct yourselves. As we say that, if you can't use your spiritual names for things, we're not talking no streets. You understand? And as let's say happy Friday. Hey everyone, peace and blessings, I am. As the teachers in the second chapter, as the Father created everything in 6 days. And this is why we do our due diligence, as it brings out in chapters 2. It said, thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the hosts of them. And on the seventh day Elohim ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from his work which he had made. And Elohim blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from his work which Elohim created and made. These are the generations of the heavens and the earth when they were created, in the days that Yahweh Elohim made the earth and the heavens. And every plant of the field, of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew, for Yahweh Elohim had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. So as we know, as in a seventh day, the Father had rested, he sanctified it before it came a law. So as we go to Exodus 20, as it teaches, as it's getting dark, and as the sun is setting, already set. And so this is, as we know, as TGIFF just ended, as we know now, it's we into the Sabbath. You understand? So now since it's the Sabbath, still no more flesh desires. You understand? From sundown to sundown. And that's what the Bible teaching us, and this is what we're reading right now. And as it teaches the 10 Commandments, and Elohim spake all these words, saying, I am Yahweh thy Elohim, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the waters under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, Yahweh Elohim, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generations of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto the thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of Yahweh Elohim in vain, for the Yahweh will not hold him guiltless that takes his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 9 teaches 6 days shall thou labor and do all thy work. 10 brings out, but the seventh day is the Sabbath on the of Yahweh Elohim, and that thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son, daughter, manservant, nor maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days Yahweh made heaven, the earth and sea, and all that in them is all rested in the seventh day. Wherefore Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. So as we know, as Yahweh had said that we had 6 days to do that work. So as we do our work, and as we do our due diligence, no, let me get you on up out of here. You understand? Let me get you on up out of here. As we do our due diligence, peace and blessings. And as we say for those that who come in here and who's not doing y'all due diligence, the Sabbath as well too. Peace and blessings. It's the Sabbath, and as the Sabbath is, there's no flesh desires. So you got to come out your contention as well too. And as the Bible teaches, as we honor the Sabbath, and understand that for those that your religion beliefs, you have to shake that as well too. But that's a different story, and we're not gonna get into that as well. But as I'm gonna go to Jeremiah. I'm gonna go to Jeremiah 31 as well too, and I'm gonna bring out the new covenant as it teaches. I behold, the days come, says Yahweh, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, says Yahweh. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, says Yahweh. I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their Elohim, and they shall be my people. And they shall teach no more every man and his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, know Yahweh. And for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, says Yahweh, for I will forgive them, forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. Hallelujah. So as we do our due diligence, and as you see, as the sun has set, you just see like the remnant of this how the sky be. But as you see, as the sun has set. So as we know, it's 23 hours and 56 minutes. And as we know, on this channel, once it's 24 hours, at 6 o'clock. You understand? And that's 6 o'clock from 6 p.m. That's 24 hours. So as we do our due diligence, no flesh desires. Always understand that, as we sit back with our family, always understand that, today is the Sabbath. As is TGIFF, Thank God Fasting Friday just ended. For those with no food, no fluids, no drugs, it's always a blessing that you always cleansing yourself, always letting the Father see that you are obedient as well too. For those as well that who's in tune with keeping the commandments as well when it comes down to the Sabbath. It's always a blessing that we keep the commandments. Always understand that once the sun go down, no flesh desires. So as we know, as you keep the Sabbath, understand the things that you need to do, digress, as we read from Genesis, Genesis 1, Genesis 2, and Jeremiah 31, and Exodus as well. For those who can understand that, it's the 10 Commandments, same with the new covenant, and as well as to teach you as well keeping the Sabbath, digress, get off the internet, and I'm just saying get off of YouTube, sit down with your family, get your kids' phones, as well, no TV, all that, just be in tune with God's words and digress yourself. As the Bible said, we had 6 days. We had 6 days to do like work, and as we end the night as well too, as you see the beautiful, just the skyline, it's just so beautiful. As we know that for those that don't believe in the higher power, you always got to understand that no man never created the stars, the moon, or the sun, or this water. You understand? So as we know, as we do our due diligence, come out that paganism, for those that in that religion believes, as we say on this channel, always deprogram from being programmed. Seek your people as well, for those in the 12 tribes. And if y'all here tonight, King Motivator Rock Binyah, love you. God love us as well too. But as we know, as Romans 9:13, and Malachi teaches that the Father only said that he loved Jacob. And as we know that he haven't said no, he ain't loved no other nation in this book. So it's a blessing and it's an honor to always understand the things that we should be correcting ourselves with. So come out that paganism, come out that idolatry, come out your flesh desires. As for those up in here, peace and blessings in any 12 tribes up in here. If there any 12 tribes, put hallelujah in the chat. Other nations, peace and blessings. And as we say, for those that you know who into that religion believe, always understand that you know Revelations 1:14-15 talk about the real Yeshua. You understand? For those that you know who be talking that religion, bliss, that Christianity, talking about Jesus Christ, he's not up in this Bible. As we say that y'all serve that Antichrist, which y'all call Jesus Christ. And as we say that, you know, you need to correct yourself from that as well, too. And as the Bible will teach y'all as well. So as we see that it's zero time, it's 6 o'clock. The sun's just set as well, too. Y'all do y'all due diligence. Always understand that, you know, as we bring in the Sabbath, y'all do y'all due diligence as well, too. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Shalom, Galaxy. Peace and blessings. How you be? Peace and blessings. And as we do our due diligence, always understand that, you know, as we praise and rejoice, always sit down with your family, strip them down as well. And I'm just saying strip them down. Make sure that y'all go through their phone, see what y'all kids doing, see who they talking to as well, too. Get them off them video games, all that stuff. It's the Sabbath. Respect the Sabbath to sundown. Join us tonight as well in Bible study. Peace and blessings and shalom. Shalom, my brother.